Praised be Jesus and Mary. Saint Ignatius of Antioch was a disciple of St. John the Evangelist. He believed that the church on earth should resemble that of the heavenly Jerusalem, of which St. John wrote of in his Apocalypse. Therefore, he established singing in choirs at his church in Antioch after a vision of the celestial choirs who sang in that manner. In the year 107, the Emperor Trajan came to Antioch to force the Christians to choose between apostasy and death. You know, we just heard our Lord say in the gospel, "Fear not those who can kill the body." And St. Ignatius did not fear them. He had already governed that church for 40 years, and he urged his flock to remain faithful. He was arrested and brought before the emperor, who asked him, "Who are you, poor devil, to set our commands at naught?" And Ignatius replied, "Call not, poor devil, one who bears God within him." And when the emperor asked him what he meant by that, St. Ignatius explained that he bore in his heart Christ crucified for his sake. And the emperor said, "Change not your ideas, or change your ideas," he said, "and I will make you a priest of the great Jupiter, and you will be called Father by the Senate." What could such honors matter to me, a priest of Christ, who offer him every day a sacrifice of praise? And I am ready to offer myself to him also. The emperor said, "To whom? To that Jesus who was crucified by Pontius Pilate?" "Yes, and with whom sin was crucified, and the devil, its author, vanquished." People wonder, well, how do you have such details of the conversation? But just as the courts today, there were transcripts, and the Christians could pay for those transcripts. So that's how we know what was said. And the questions and replies continued for a time that day, and also on the following day, until finally St. Ignatius said, "I will not sacrifice. I fear neither torments nor death, because I desire to go quickly to God." Therefore the emperor condemned him to be torn to pieces by wild beasts in Rome. And St. Ignatius blessed God who had so honored him. And he's well known for the 7 letters he wrote on the long journey from Antioch to Rome. These letters urged the Christians to remain faithful to God and to obey their superiors. And he warns them against heretical doctrines, providing them with the solid truths of the Christian faith. On passing through the city of Smyrna, he exhorted the faithful who were grieving at his fate to remain true to Christ until death. And he gave some of them who were going to Rome a letter for the Christians there. And he wrote, "I fear that you have an affection too human for me. You might prevent me from dying. By so doing, you would oppose my happiness. Allow me to be immolated while the altar is ready. Give thanks to God. If when I arrive among you I should have the weakness to seem to have other sentiments, do not believe me. Believe only what I am writing you now. And his letters have encouraged many Christians throughout the ages, in their trials and their tribulations. Also in that letter to the Romans, he wrote, I am the wheat of Christ. I will be ground by the teeth of the beast and made into flour to become Christ's pure bread. And as he foretold, the lions left nothing of his body except a few bones, which were reverently treasured at Antioch until their removal in the year 637 to the Church of St. Clement in Rome. And after the martyr's death, several Christians saw him in a vision in prayer to Christ and interceding for them. And just as he interceded for the Christians of that time, he will continue to intercede for us. And we need to pray for that fortitude that he had to withstand the assaults of Satan against the truths of Jesus Christ. You probably heard about the government official in Texas who subpoenaed all the sermons of priests so that if they were preaching against the immorality of homosexual lifestyle or anything opposed to people's sinful choices, there would be legal action taken against them. So we'll see how that plays out. But wouldn't be the first time Christians suffer for preaching the truth. And the martyrs will continue interceding for us.